Deep in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan, a story circulates among soldiers that defies explanation. It's a tale whispered in hushed tones, a modern myth from the fog of war known as the Giant of Kandahar. The legend begins in 2002. A U.S. Special Forces unit, operating deep in hostile territory, suddenly went silent. When they failed their radio check-in, a second elite team was dispatched on a search and rescue mission. Their search led them to the mouth of a large, foreboding cave, nestled high in the unforgiving mountainside. Lying scattered near the entrance was the team's gear and a blood-spattered helmet, but there were no bodies. As they cautiously entered the darkness, a putrid stench, the unmistakable smell of death, filled the air. They followed a trail of massive footprints deeper into the cavern, their lights cutting through the oppressive gloom. Suddenly, their beams landed on a pile of gnawed bones, and then they saw it. A humanoid figure of impossible size, standing at least 12 feet tall, blocked their path. It had a shock of fiery red hair, a matted crimson beard, and eyes that burned with a hateful intelligence. The creature clutched a massive iron spear, and its hands had a detail that froze their blood. It had 6 fingers on each hand, and 6 toes on each foot. Before they could react, the giant let out a deafening roar and charged with shocking speed. It impaled one of the soldiers, a man named Dan, lifting him clean off the ground. The team snapped out of their shock and opened fire, their rifles roaring to life in the enclosed space. But their standard rounds sparked off the creature's tough hide, having almost no effect. One soldier, wielding a heavier battle rifle, shouted for everyone to aim for the head. For a full 30 seconds, the team concentrated their fire in a sustained volley directly into the giant's face. With a final agonized groan, the titan staggered backward and then crashed to the ground with earth-shattering force. The cave fell silent, the only sound being the ragged breathing of the terrified survivors. They radioed for extraction, their report almost unbelievable, 1 friendly KIA and 1 giant EKIA. Soon, a Chinook helicopter arrived, not for a medical evacuation, but with a massive cargo net. The soldiers watched as a special team loaded the giant's enormous body into the net for transport. Before leaving, every member of the unit was ordered to sign non-disclosure agreements, sworn to absolute secrecy. The body was then flown on a C-130 transport plane to an undisclosed location, never to be seen again. The official report erased the giant completely, stating the lost soldier was simply killed in an enemy ambush. The story might have faded into obscurity, if not for researchers like L.A. Marzulli. He claims to have interviewed a pilot who flew the transport and a soldier who was part of the firefight. Their details were chillingly consistent. The red hair, the extra digits, and the swift government cover-up. Of course, the Pentagon flatly denies the entire incident ever took place. Skeptics rightly point out the complete lack of physical evidence, no photos, no body, and no official records. They argue it's a folktale born from the extreme stress and trauma of combat. Was it a real-life Nephilim, a descendant of a biblical race of giants, hidden for centuries? Or was it simply a terrifying story, a ghost in the machine of modern warfare? The truth, like the giant itself, was taken away, leaving us with only the haunting question.